Hey, it's your boy Bradford Lassiter, and this is The Rundown. The Rundown is a segment where I take a piece of movie news or something related to movies and run it down for you. And for my first rundown, it's called hashtag Idris Elba for James Bond. The reason I bring this up because the movie No Good Deed, which is starring Idris Elba, made over $24 million in its opening weekend over Dolphin Tale 2, and ending its long run of Guardians of the Galaxy being number 1 at the box office and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles being number 2 at the box office. Now I know what some of y'all are probably thinking, and my answer is no, I'm not going to see that movie, nor am I ever going to review it, because I hear that it's no good and everyone is indifferent on it. Now regardless of the bad reviews it's getting, it's still a $13 million budget movie that made $24 million on its opening weekend. And the fact that it's a genre film with an all African American cast, and it did fairly well at the box office, just proves one thing: we need more diversity in the box office. Idris Elba is a fine actor, and one of the reasons why it's a testament to how great of an actor Idris Elba is sometime last year his name was thrown around to be the next James Bond, to which I reacted with, no, that's actually not a bad idea. Can we make that happen? No, seriously, can we make that happen? Now this is where the controversy may start, because there are some people, for good and some bad reasons, don't want the race of a fictional character changed. Now me, I don't have a problem with that, I don't care if you get Michael Clark Duncan to play the Kingpin, I don't care if you get Jamie Foxx to play Electro, I don't care if you get Samuel L. Jackson to play Nick Fury. As long as the race and culture of the character doesn't play a part into what the character is, I have no problem with them changing the race of a fictional character. The best example of this is Marvel Studios just trying to get a Black Panther movie off the ground. You have to get an African American actor to play the Black Panther, because if you've read the comics, the African American culture plays a part into what the Black Panther is. However, if you change the race of James Bond, it doesn't affect anything, as long as he's British. So therefore, Idris Elba for James Bond, and here's a quick rundown of why Idris Elba will be perfect for James Bond. Like I just said, as long as he's British, and Idris Elba is British. In fact, up until 4 years ago, I didn't even know Idris Elba was British. Second reason, and this one's more so for the ladies, James Bond has to be a pretty handsome guy. Well, ladies, there are less attractive men out there that you could have picked to play James Bond. Idris Elba, he's not a bad-looking fella. But that's not what makes James Bond. It's just one of the minor things. Third reason, James Bond is a smooth person, so therefore the actor playing him has to be smooth. Well, Idris Elba does seem like a smooth person, and in order to be smooth, you have to be a real charismatic person, and Idris Elba has definitely proven to be a very charismatic actor. Fourth reason, Idris Elba has definitely proven that he can be a believable and good action hero. Take for example movies like The Losers, Pacific Rim, Takers, or even Prometheus. The fifth reason, if you cast Idris Elba as James Bond, you already have an audience that will automatically go out to see this movie, the African American demographic. Because you make James Bond black, the African American audiences will definitely rush out to go see this. And you also have the James Bond diehards out there that will go see this to see how this will turn out. So therefore you already have those two main audiences out there that will rush out to go see this movie, so therefore you, the studio, will make money. Hey, gotta speak the language of the studio, just saying. And the last reason of why Idris Elba would be perfect for James Bond, because it will break barriers. If you think about it, a black James Bond would get as much traction as the first black president got. And because Idris Elba is a good actor, and if you picked all the right people to make this James Bond movie, it would definitely prove that a movie with an African-American lead can definitely carry a franchise on its own, and that would open the doors for more African-American leads in big franchises. And because of our lack of black superheroes, there are, but if there are, they're either A, a psychic, B, the villain, or C, some supernatural monster or something. And don't get me wrong, there are probably more black superheroes out there, but that's amongst the comic book community. The general audience doesn't really know about them. But a black James Bond would definitely be good, because it would be the next step in seeing more diversity in franchises and at the box office. And I know there's some people out there that are like, well, black James Bond wouldn't work with the continuity of our current James Bond movies. Of course that wouldn't work. I'm saying, stop the Daniel Craig movies and start from scratch with a new James Bond. And I know for a fact they're making a 4th Daniel Craig movie right now, but I'm just saying, after that movie, stop and then start from scratch with a new James Bond. Starring Idris Elba. I have also pitched this to some African American people I know, and they reacted with, Idris Elba as James Bond? Sure. I can see it now, coming out to all funky music and an afro and talking and acting black. Putting a black spin on James Bond? Sure, why not? To which I reacted with, guys, you can make an African-American James Bond without him being a stereotype of black people and that both black and white people can take seriously and accept. That's why most people say that Idris Elba should be James Bond, because he's pretty much the perfect match to what James Bond is. And it's rare today to find an African-American actor to be the perfect match for James Bond. And we need to take advantage of this before Idris Elba gets too old, because he is 42 and he ain't getting any younger. That's my rundown of why Idris Elba should be the next James Bond. Anyone that watches this, even somebody in Hollywood, please take that into account. Quick side note, I guest starred on Drunken Banter. If you don't know what that is, it's a channel where they just sit at a table and just talk about random topics. On the episode that I guest starred in, the topic was movies. And also, during that episode, I gave out my top 10 of the summer. It was really fun. You should check it out. You should check out their channel. I'll put the link in the description below. And I will also leave a link to my top 10 of the summer of 2014. That's it for the day. You like what you see, subscribe to this channel, subscribe to my other channel. The links are in the description below. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. And be sure to check out my website. Peace.